Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Coffee with the Consultants. My name is Stephanie Essex,
And I'm Linda Tobiasen.
and we're social emotional consultants at the Florida Center for Early Childhood. And today we're here to bring you parenting tips and tricks in the time it takes to have a cup of coffee. So Linda and I are going to be your new host team for Coffee with the Consultants. We were sad to say goodbye to Michelle. And we wish her well, but now Linda and I will be here to bring you lots of awesome parenting tips and tricks. We were talking recently and we thought that we would discuss how to build self-esteem in your child or to build confidence, because we think that that's a really important topic. And so we wanted to talk to you about the importance of building self-esteem and then bring you some tips and tricks on how to do that at home with your kids. So, it's pretty common that we see a lot of kids that, they have a lot of great skills and they already seem like they feel really good about themselves. And maybe they're pretty good about initiating things with peers or even with you as their parents or their teachers. But even though they have these really great skills, there are still things that kids can struggle with self-esteem. And we want to see our kids feeling special, feeling liked. We want them to hopefully be less critical about themselves, like say nice things about themselves, say nice things about their abilities and the things that are special about them. That's our hope. We want them to also be excited about trying new things. And some kids, they're really good at that, but some kids need a little extra help. So we wanted to talk about that a little bit more. And I know that you had some things that you wanted to talk about, Linda, in regards to self-esteem and building confidence.
Yeah, and like you said, Stephanie, self-esteem is tied to nearly everything, like making friends or trying new things. So we want to help you help your children feel confident. I liked positive affirmations. I like to either write down little affirmations. This one says, I believe I can. I like to put it in their lunch boxes or maybe on their beds. We also, this summer, we've been making positive affirmation rocks.
Oh, that's
this one
cute.
says brave. And if they're feeling insecure or not confident, they can take this rock with them to school or to a new experience.
Yeah. Put it in their backpack and then they have it whenever they need it.
Exactly.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's really important to help a child with a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset. So instead of saying, I can't tie my shoe, they can say, I can't tie my shoe yet, or I can tie my shoe with practice.
Yeah. And as parents, and even as the social emotionals or as our teachers, we're there to help them with that. They can't do it yet, but they already have so many skills, and with a little help from, their important adults in their life, they can be successful, and I think that's so important, and I think it's good to remember, like, we want to help our kids, but sometimes we want to just help them a little bit, because if we're always doing it for them, then they don't necessarily learn how to do it for themselves. And we want them to feel so good and confident. So as they're learning to tie their shoes, just giving them tips and tricks that you've, used, because we've all learned how to tie our shoes, and helping them to be successful in doing it, even if it takes a little extra time or it takes practice. But then once they do it, you can say, you did it, you worked so hard. And kids just, they get excited and they feel so good. So I think that's a good thing to remember. Like, a little help is great, but sometimes if we try to do too much, it takes that away from our kids. So
yes, and remember, always praise the effort, not the outcome. So you worked so hard on that instead of that picture's beautiful.
Yes, right. Absolutely. I have a cool little book. Everybody, I always talk about books because it's my favorite. But there's a book by Diane Abler that's called A Little Spot of Confidence. And it's a story about believing in yourself. And it's really cute because it talks about different ways to build confidence in yourself. And it uses different words. It talks about brave and being courageous, and feeling loved. And so there's like little mantras in here, and it's a really cool visual way to talk about how to build confidence and self-esteem. So I do love this book, and I highly recommend it if you want to read it with your children and practice on how to build self-confidence.
I love that book, Stephanie. I love that whole series.
Yeah, me too. There's a lot of good ones.
Yes. And I also have a book. It's called Be You by Peter H.
Cute.
Reynolds. Yep. And it just encourages your children to be themselves. And it tells them that we love them unconditionally. And it really helps to build confidence.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. I think it's so important that our kids feel good about themselves. And like I said, we want them to try new things. We want them to go out into the world and not be afraid to take on new adventures and do things that maybe they are afraid of. You know, we want them to feel really good about the skills that we have and that we have helped to lift them up and make them feel brave and confident about doing things. So
yes, and that's what we try to do here at Starfish Academy.
Absolutely. And we love our kids and we want them to feel oh so good and confident. Well, we are just so grateful that you came and spent time with us today. And if anybody has any questions out there for Linda and I, you can go to info@thefloorcenter.org and ask us all of your questions. And we look forward to coming back and bringing you some great parenting tips and tricks next time. We'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.
Bye.